Hi everyone, William Weyser's back. In part 1, I talked about things 1 through 5, about Logo Month, Rick's birthday month, and a lot of things that Rick has planned to show me, Sammy, and family members, and his friend, too, for the things that he's been working so hard on that he wants to do, and now we're up to the second half of these things. So here we go. Number 6. Voices, deep or high, Blue's Clues dubs. Listening to the dubs, or supposedly listening to them, when I watch them, I'll understand which voice is deep and which voice is high. I said a couple of times on a StreamYard or Google Meet that when it comes to the KBS Korean version, I do know that the host's voice is deep, because I'm pretty sure that when it comes to Asian male adults, the same with females, their voice is very deep most of the time. As a matter of fact, all the time, for what I know about, so that's the easy one there. For the others, it'll depend on what their voice is going to be, whether it's deep or high in terms of pitch, and I'll learn more about them. I know that Steve's voice is deep, unless he gets very excited. Joe, high enough, and Josh, high enough. Kevin from the UK, deep, I would say. Dort, I'll give him a chance when I listen to one of his clips, and plenty of others. I'll see if it's deep or high once I watch more. Number 7. Rick's big watch this guy's video of everybody looking at the camera. Another one of these things that he is obsessed over. Rick and one of his friends, Donnie Bajer, and another one of his friends, Cameron Burns, as well. They've been working on a really big watch this guy's video of everybody smiling and looking at the camera. Well, a lot can smile and some can make silly faces. I've heard of watch this guys for many years at best. Before this, in the early bits of last year in 2022, and I also did my only watch this guy's video almost a year ago. That one had "That's why I love Nestle Crunch" meme with the boy that everybody loves. The Boobas dancing and looking at the camera for the 5th time for the dance again and again and again and dance. And that scene from Nights of the Snack Table that I'm not gonna say. In the early bits of last year, a lot of people liked it, including one bad man that won't be said, and I was never the biggest fan of it from the get-go. I never cared for it because I didn't know what was so funny about it. Turns out that Rick and others got brainwashed by the bad person. I've seen movie characters get brainwashed before, and one time when I saw that, I was pretty mad. That was the only time I saw it, and I was just I was angry leaving the theater after watching that scene near the end of the Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1. I never saw Part 2, and I've heard things on that, but more to the kid-friendly stuff. Because others got brainwashed, their like of that scene is gone, and instead they're going to replace it with a more funny thing that Joe does, whether it's bouncing or jumping in a funny way, or that's or I watched this guy's video that I've seen a few times about Blue's big car trip, where Joe is about to get out of the car and go to the thinking chair, which in reality is far away. But when he gets out of the car's still moving, and he falls and rolls down. I've seen that. So if I were to do mine again, which I don't really know about this, I would avoid that one that nobody likes anymore, and instead replace it with something that I strongly believe is funny. And what those people have on the What's This Guys is characters from Blue's Clues and You, Thomas and Friends, The Wiggles, The Price is Right, and so many other people looking at the camera. Oh yeah, and Yo Gabba Gabba and plenty more. They have plenty of videos of that, and I'm sure everybody will have a fun time laughing with that. Number 8. The stuff I'm packing for the Florida trip. The only thing I know that I'm packing is shirts. When it comes to my Crayola shirts, the ones I'm packing are my red, radical red, cerulean blue, unmellow yellow, outrageous orange, and purple majesty. He doesn't want me to pack my green Crayola shirt because of something that happened on Halloween night and something that happened on Halloween night and November 1st of 2020 that he thought was just unfair, and I didn't know better. I'm not gonna say a word about it. Moving on. So if he still wants me to pack a green shirt, which I can, the one that was suggested was my green Heroes Camp shirt. And that's the one that I decided on. If I'm gonna pack any other shirts, it'll be more of what I feel like wearing. And everything else, well, of course I'm gonna pack my boobas and other and some things that we both like. That I'm packing in my suitcase, and what and Rick will like seeing what I'm bringing along, like my boobas and shirts and other things that we both like in person. Number 9. Rick's showing me his favorite things on his hard drive. It's a lot of things that he has on his hard drive. The Blue's Clues dubs, his sprays compilations, Thomas and Friends, The Wiggles, so many more that he has on his hard drive that he's been working hard on, wants to show me. You guys get the point. And when it comes to that, he's going to show me those, and I am sure that when I see them, some, most, or all of them will be one of my favorite things to see. We'll see. We'll just have to wait and see if it really is one of my favorite things. Drum roll. The number 10 thing is the Blue's Clues and Rick and Blue's Clues and Donnie trilogy. At one point, I asked Rick, based on the shows that that those two are doing, I was like, what does this have to do with a trilogy? Knowing that a little later, Cameron is involved in this because Cameron, Rick, and Donnie are working on their own Blue's Clues series, but they're gonna have to change some things because they don't want their versions to be the exact same, or they don't want them to be exact copies of the way that it is in the original. So, they're going to start things off with Blue's Clues and Rick because he's going to play the older brother of Rick and Donnie's characters. and Rick is going to be the host for every him pretending to be Steve episode, from Snack Time to Steve Goes to College. And him alone from Snack Time to Something to Do Blue, assuming that's for the broadcast order or whatever the last episode to air was in that order, which I think that was the one. I'm gonna have to double check. And then when that's done, Rick is gonna hand the Steve shirt over to Donnie, and Donnie will take his place and will host the remaining episodes until the original's cancellation. To those three guys that are doing this, Cameron, Rick, and Donnie, I wish all of you great luck with your shows. You're all gonna need it, and you're all gonna have a lot of fun. All right, so that was it for my message video before Logo Month, which starts tomorrow. And as I said earlier, because I watched the Wiggles movie and I found time, the first logo that we're gonna deal with in Logo Month, which starts tomorrow on April Fool's Day, is 20th Century Fox, with different versions of it sped up, their own movie variants, the regular versions, more of those that I feel like wanting to do. So I'll see you tomorrow for Logo Month, which starts on April Fool's Day. But before that, however, I'm going to be busy doing a lot of veils of the Booballs dancing to the Wiggles movie and credits. I'm going to have a lot of fun with those too. So I'll see you tomorrow for Logo Month. Bye-bye.